Hi, I'm Amanda Freed, and I'm coming to you live streaming from the core at La Encantada, where we come and continue to offer you the services and practices that we offered you before. And I love to have this continuing platform. So you can get us here now, you can get us on TMC's YouTube station and tmcaz.com. And if you can't be present during the live streams, you can always catch videos of all of our offerings. So I know that I'm coming to you today, which is Election Day, and I know a lot of people have been stressed about this day and are stressed about this day. So I thought it was a great time to show up and start November. So it's the third day of November, and we are well into the swing. And it's boggling that 2020 is almost over. Feels like it just began in a way. But we are still in the midst of this weird pandemic, this situation that none of us who are on the planet now have ever been in a situation like this before. And so I really feel like it's kind of been incumbent on me to double down on my practices and my offerings for you and for myself. So this month, we're focusing on Ready, Steady, Sit. Because we all are tired. We're tired of staying home. We're tired of having this small life. We've had these big lives. We could travel. We could do whatever we wanted. We could go to the movies. We can go to dinner. And now we have this small life. And I know so many of us are just really wanting to go and just ignore kind of what's going on out there and just go on about our normal lives. Well, some of that has happened, and with the cold weather, we've had another upsurgence of the pandemic. So I just want to support you in that it's not quite time to get out there yet. It's not time to go back. And some of my friends, and I believe as well, and some of the teachers that I know, believe that we'll not go back. And that's okay. Life is about moving forward. Life is about always being where you are and looking forward. So we still have a little more time to sit in, to hold into what I call our containers, and I'll talk about that in a moment, and sit with ourselves for a little more time. I know for myself, I've started to do so much more meditation, again, both personally and professionally. I'm doing other services. So for a lot of people, this time of closing down, of shutting down, has given us great opportunities. We'd love to know what you've been able to turn this time into. Maybe you've redone your home, you've gotten more creative in your home. Maybe you are doing more contemplative practices, more meditation, more turning in. So if you want to, you can share live or you can send us a message. Let us know what you're doing in your life. If this time has given you any opportunity to expand in ways that you couldn't. When we live a very busy exterior life, inside there are ways that we might not be expanding as much as we'd like to. So if you haven't been with me before, I'm going to go take you through a meditation today. So usually I talk about the theme for the month or for the day for a few minutes, and then I take you into a meditation. And so that's what we'll do today. So the idea for me today, and that I'm sharing with all of my students today, is that each of us has a container for ourselves. If you're finding today very stressful, try to see if you can turn into your own container. That means kind of stay in your bubble for a little while. And I do that personally by meditating, usually by exercising, doing some yoga or walking. I will wear things that give me comfort, like this scarf gives me a little comfort. It's a yoga scarf. So look at your immediate surroundings now. The world is going to change one way or another. The United States is going to change one way or another really quickly. So it's really a good idea to steady ourselves within our own container. If you get into contemplative practices again and again, meditation, whatever contemplative practices you like, that habit allows you to turn in more quickly, more consistently, and to kind of have this bubble of calm around you all the time so that you can turn in and it can happen kind of quickly. So I'm going to take you through this practice today that will have you turning your awareness in, turning your attention in, And so we can get in the practice of it. Every time you meditate, I always say it's sort of coins in the bank of your own consciousness, coins in the bank of your mindfulness and your awareness, and being able to find that space that's quiet, that's calm, that's always pleasant within. So find your comfortable seat. It doesn't have to be on the floor. It doesn't have to be a rigid posture. Just find a comfortable place that you can sit for about the next 10 or 15 minutes. And then when you do find your comfortable space, you can allow your eyes to close down gently. And now if you're not comfortable with closed eyes, you can allow the eyes to stay just a tiny bit open to allow some light in. So we practice how much gets in. Like how much noise are you listening to? How much news are you listening to? How much are you on social media today? Today, if you can, turn in as much as you can. Believe me, you'll get all the information you need. It's out there. So for now, we're just turning the awareness in. And the closing of the eyes is sort of the first indication to yourself, oh, I'm going to shut some things out right now. And I'm just going to turn in just for a few minutes and be with myself. So I don't have all the visual stimulation of maybe my computer or my phone, or even the objects in my home or my room or my office. You know, your eyes emit an energy. And what we look at is affected by our energy, but we are also affected by that which we look at. So when we close the eyes, this is a symbol of, I'm not going to take in any more stimulus in this moment. Now, behind your closed eyes, you might see some images from your room. You might see some images from the world. But if we stay here for a few moments, those images might fade if we give them the opportunity to. So if we had some image in the eye or in the mind's eye, it might begin to get a little blurry now, and you can let those images go. We're not looking at them anymore. You might begin to see some shots of color or light or shapes. So as our first part of practice today, let's focus on what we can see behind closed eyes. Just connect with what we call the drishti, the inner vision. If you have a hard time focusing, you can place the awareness just above and in between the eyebrows. So the eyes will gently turn up just a little. And notice when you do that, it can immediately change the vision field. Even behind closed eyes, we're changing the field of vision. So it might get a little bit darker, or we might see more color, more or less light, just by behind closed eyes, shifting the eyes up and towards center a little bit. So immediately we have entered our own container. Good, making the choice not to be visually engaged in the outside world just for a few minutes. And then we can gently place the attention on the breath. Keeping the gaze fixed just above and in between the eyebrows. And kind of think about breathing into that space. And that's difficult for you, you can just focus on the breath. Just allowing the inhale to flow as it does, allowing the exhale to flow as it does. Noticing if the breath notices any tension. Like, does the inhale want to stop anywhere? Does it want to stop at the throat? Sometimes if we have trouble expressing ourselves, that inhale will stop right at the throat center. Sometimes if we're having difficulty with some stress, that breath might want to stop at the heart center. And as you gently push through that tension, you can send that inhale all the way down into the belly. So just notice the tension, inhale right through it, and breathe to your capacity. And then just noticing your exhale. So we do a little work with the exhale, with the inhale, clearing any tension. And the exhale, we just witness and let it go. Inhaling, just noticing any sticking points where the breath might want to stay. Seeing if you can breathe through that space. Offering yourself some comfort and a full breath. You know, when we get stressed, the breath might get short or choppy. So today, we're just going to make a little effort to push through that. Keep on working with the breath, the inner eye, just above and in between the eyebrows. Filling the abdomen with breath if you can. Don't worry if you can't. If the breath is short, just watch it. Now on the exhale, we'll just decide to release anything that is not serving our highest intent today. So on the inhale, we're going to clear and breathe through any tension that might be there. And on the exhale, we'll make the conscious choice to release anything that isn't serving my highest today. So stress is never serving your highest intent. Sadness, pain. There's a place for grief, absolutely. But just decide if that is really serving you today. If not, let's release it for the moment. Good. Inhaling fully, exhaling to release. You might even exhale with a little sigh or a ha sound. Could be like a little breathy aspirant. Then we can extend the exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale. Like inhale naturally, and then when you exhale and you feel like you've expelled everything, just expel a little bit more. We get rid of stagnant energy, stagnant air at the bottom of the lungs. So we inhale through any energy blocks or tension, and we exhale just a little bit longer than we think we need to. And you notice when you focus on the breath in this way, it might be that sounds around the room get a little quieter, thoughts even get a little bit quieter because we've got something else that we're focusing on. And if the mind does wander to the surface, just gently bring it back to the breath. So just doing this good work on the breath for a couple of more breaths. Inhaling to clear any blockages or tension. Exhaling to release anything that doesn't serve your highest. So this is the steady piece. Right? We sat down, we got ready, and now we steady ourselves with the breath in an effort and an opportunity to be able to sit for meditation. Let's turn the awareness to the muscles of the body, starting with the low jaw. Allow the low jaw to release. So the low jaw might even slide back gently. Lips and teeth part gently. Some people now might be saying, gosh, I used to clench my teeth and I haven't in such a long time and I'm clenching again. If you wake up and your jaw is clenched or your side of your scalp bones hurt you, it's a good idea to think about, might I be clenching a little bit? And so now we make the practice of releasing the jaw so that when we lay down in bed and try to sleep, we'll check in with the jaw. And notice when that low jaw does slide down and just back a little bit, that your neck can elongate. I want to direct the top of the head up toward the sky, so the spine stays nice and stretched out. You don't want to let that energy get caught anywhere today. You want a smooth, straight channel. And then pay attention to the skin around your mouth. Your lips pursed tight. It's easy to lower the jaw, but then bring the lips back to being pursed. So check in. The muscles around your mouth, your cheeks. Check the muscles and the eyebrows. Just let the eyebrows fall. And the forehead smooths. Notice that yes, my vision is still sitting just above and in between my eyebrows, and I find that grounding and calming. Let the shoulders release. Let the arms release. Let the hands soften and just fall where they do. And feel yourself weighty into the seat beneath you, like you surrender all the work that your muscles are doing to hold you up. Right, just let them go and melt down into the seat beneath you. The legs, the feet, the arms and the hands. Just surrender, nothing to be done today in this moment. So your vision is ready, your breath is ready, your body is steadied. And then again, bringing the awareness to that space just above and in between the eyebrows. Connecting again with the breath and following the path of the breath. If the mind is still entertained with words, emotions, thoughts, just know that you're still moving out to the surface. Your awareness is then still moving out to the surface, and that's okay. You can gently bring the awareness back deep beneath the surface, straight into your heart. Truth is, a person living from their heart can see both sides, can sit in the world when we need to, and then gently turn away, turn in, and replenish. And as you do this practice again and again, the quicker it gets to turn into a place of quiet and calm. We still have outside noise inside. Just connect with the breath again. Don't fight the mind or the thoughts that come in. Just recommit to connecting with your breath. I don't have to quiet the noise. We'll be in stillness every single moment of the day. But I can find stillness here anytime I want it. The breath, the vision, and then the movements of the body. Sitting in meditation, sitting to meditate, is just that. It's showing up, readying the body, and just sitting for a few minutes. Again, when we turn the attention in, if we still find it noisy, if we still find the noise of the day, that's okay. You just turn deeper and deeper in. There's a place where none of that noise actually exists. So we don't fight or quiet the noise, we just bring the awareness to something deeper, something sweeter, something quieter, something more charming. And once again, like you did in the beginning, begin to deepen the inhale a little bit. Checking the body for any tension, releasing any tension that still sits in the body. On the exhale again, releasing anything that's not supporting your highest today. But for now, we'll focus on the inhale, as the inhale will bring you back into the body, back into the room, back into the moment. And over the course of the next couple of deep inhales, you can begin to stretch or wiggle fingers, check in with your neck, any place that feels good to you. And then ultimately allowing the eyes to blink open very, very slowly. So we take a moment to sit, to turn in. And I suggest you do this as many times as you need to today. You can watch the video or just remember the process of placing your attention just above and between the eyebrows, connecting with your breath as a barometer to check if there's any tension in the body, exhaling to release that tension. You can do a gentle body scan. So bring yourself back to center as many times as you need to today. Be gentle on yourself. Be kind with yourself. I'm Amanda Freed. This is The Core. We're grateful to come to you weekly.